Okay, this is Richie from the Metal Cell podcast. I'm delighted to welcome Danielle, Evan, Joe, and our special guest of the night, Steve, the Riffmaster from Grey Stag.
Ooh.
Hey, y'all.
How are you doing?
I'm recovering. I'm getting there. Just a nice bit of Jameson to ease me back into real life. I'm getting more than 4 hours sleep a night.
Drinking the rest of them.
Yeah, so we'll probably dedicate most of the show to Bloodstock. But first of all, I want to give a shout out my cow of Metal Church, who sadly passed away. Jesus Christ, we lost a load in the last 2 months. Joey Jordanson, one that you can all acknowledge is probably, especially you, Danielle, as a drummer, and Evan as well.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah,
I was
100%.
obsessed with him going up. I had his mask, I had his signature snare drum, signature sticks. Obsessed. He was my idol growing up, so it was a tough one, really
yeah,
sad.
I think not to downplay any deaths or anything like that, but was it 2020 where you were just getting there was just
it was never ending.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And it's not this I don't have a personal relationship with them, so it's when you hear of a death like that, I'm like, fuck, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, with Joey Jordison, I remember just kind of sitting, I just sat back and I was like, fuck. Because he kind of disappeared a little bit, and I know he had his issues with, was it MS?
It was a similar disease to MS, yeah.
Yeah. But that floored me. I was like, I went back and, as everyone else I'd say I did, but started listening to Slipknot again, and what the fuck, I watched that Roadrunner United documentary again the same night as well, and fucking legend,
I met Mike Howe when Metal Church played Dublin, and he was so fucking nice. I've always been a fan of that band, and when he joined, I was just like, oh my God, here is a hero of mine sitting down, having a beer with me, and just the nicest dude.
Yeah, very shocking, wasn't it? And mad as well, that's Metal Church, 2 singers dead, what we would call pretty young, under the 60 very much, so.
Yeah, and then Jim Steinman and Johnny Solinger as well from Skid Row.
Yeah, and then Dusty Hill from Easy Top. So, and what was actually nuts? Last month, 2 members of Cinderella died on the same day in totally unrelated.
I remember them. They were a glam band, weren't they, in the 80s? Yeah.
That's fucked.
That's nuts.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, Evan, didn't you do that before? And cut. And we've got Joe back with a few technical problems, everybody. But we're all good now. And I've sent you all tracks to listen to. And the first band up are Visualist. And the track is The Search Relentless. It's off their debut EP, Sunrise in Black. So quick background to the band. John Brown was the guy that emailed me. He's on guitars and vocals, and he started playing guitar at the age of 17. And he formed a band with his brother called Dying Freedom back in County Tip. They formed another band called Against the Grain in 2002. And they sold over 200 units of their self-titled debut, a 3-track LP. And after a few years playing around the south of Ireland, they split up, and then he went on to form a rock covers band called Loose Cannons. I have to go through this because he told me to name the lads. So shout out to Dermot Boyle on vocals, guitars, Brian Carey on bass, and Paddy Patches, great nickname, on drums. So after 4 or 5 years, they split up, and he went to Australia in 2009. So then he met Zoran, the bassist of Visualist, at a Paradise Lost concert in Sydney, and they formed the band then basically. So they were joined by Roman Ibarra on vocals and guitars, and Finn McCule-Ford on drums and vocals. Basically, the next thing, they tried to establish themselves as a band in Sydney and Wollongong, in the Wollongong metal scene. Interesting. Jen, have you heard of Wollongong before? Am I even pronouncing it right?
Sounds pretty metal, though.
Yeah. In December 2019, they started recording their debut EP, and it was recorded in New South Wales and mixed in Mexico City. They aimed to release this EP in 2020, but due to the pandemic, we decided to push it back a whole year. So as I said, this song is called, let me get it up here first of all, be handy. Yeah, To Search Relentless, here we go. As I said, that was Visualist and The Search Relentless. I'll throw it over to you first, Joe. What did you think of it?
Production was definitely kind of it sounded quite organic, you know. Like, I don't think there would have been, Evan will probably chime in on this, it didn't sound like it was like sort of very over-triggered drums or whatever. It kind of actually sounded sort of very, very real.
Bang a machine head off it?
Sorry?
Bang a machine head off it?
Wee bit, definitely very commercial sounding in places, you know. Like that, I think they're like setting their sights on sort of very big things, you know. Yeah, like the riffing and the songwriting and stuff sounded pretty tight on it. I think with that sort of thing, it's very hard vocally, you know, because you know, the chorus, or like trying to have a different voice in the chorus and go in a different direction, it's gonna, I guess, like a lot of metal music, is gonna either people love it or hate it. You know, it's the sort of thing you'll go, this isn't for me, or oh, I now think this is catchy. So yeah, I'm gonna fall into the former character.
What did category. You think of the bass breaking up the solo?
It's all right. It wasn't really for me, man. To be honest with you, like I think the thing that stood out for me the most was that it seemed really like homegrown kind of stuff, like, you know, where these guys had probably done it themselves in their gaffs or whatever, and more power to them for doing it. Because as we usually talk about doing these kind of demos, a lot of the stuff can sound quite identical, especially in the drum department. So it's nice to hear something kind of different, you know.
Okay, Ev?
I'd agree with Joe on a lot of that. Like, it was it's one of those things that you could tell things weren't programmed, and there was a human feel to it. Sound wise, it's definitely like very early 2000s Kerrang kind of thing. Like, people, like, there's definitely kids now, if they still hang outside shopping centres, that would listen to that and just be like,
come on then, if you want, Jess.
They absolutely love it. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of, like, again, a much kind of younger crowd. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't be for me. I do think there's a lot of potential in their actual songwriting, but it's a little bit, I don't want to say like it's immature or anything, but it's just, there's definitely like a teenage kind of vibe to it. It wouldn't be for me, but I like, you know, fair play to them for what they're doing. They can play their instruments.
Yes.
Like, you know,
musicianship there. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, it's not, they can definitely play. And I think, like, over the years, it'll be one of those things that they'll start writing really, really solid tracks. But the fact that they are doing it organically, that's great to hear, you know.
Steve, as a guitarist?
Yeah, well, the main thing actually I loved in that was that walking kind of widdly guitar riff. When I first heard that, it instantly reminded me of like some sort of Mars Volta, Fall of Troy kind of stuff, which I'm very into. But the main thing I didn't like, and as Joe said, just wasn't for me, was the vocals. I don't know if they fit for me. And again, I'm just not into that maybe style, or maybe they weren't mixed quite as well as they should be, but they felt like nearly an afterthought from the actual track. I actually really like that solo bit that you're saying where it breaks up between the bass and the
yeah.
got a cat here. She's giving in her opinions too. But
Lift it up,
I love
please, just to confirm that it is a cat. That you're stroking.
Yeah, but musically brilliant, but overall just not quite my cup of tea.
Early days yet for the lads. Danielle?
Yeah, I'd agree with the lads. Like, wouldn't be really for me, and the vocals wouldn't be for me. But I don't know. Maybe Evan, is there kind of a resurgence in this type of stuff again? I know you said it's kind of early, kind of 2000s grime. I think I don't know. Are you seeing a bit of that coming back, or I know we've seen a few new metal tracks as well,
but I think there's a different side to the resurgence on that. Like bands like Graphic Nature and Vane have that early 2000s thing, but I think this is more of an early 2000s Trivium thing that I just wasn't into at all. Like,
yeah.
Okay, look, they have potential. We'll all agree on that. As I said, it's only their debut EP, so, you know.
Fair play. Yeah.
Shout out to John for getting in touch with me. Cool. Okay, we'll move on to Sumner's Circle. The track is called Of Black Horizons, and it's off Chaos Vector, which was released on which is to be released actually on the 27th of August. It's an interesting story behind this. The album was conceived over 2 years ago, but the global turmoil slowed down its creation. What's new there? Now that it is ready for release, the band couldn't be happier with how it turned out. They're eager to share with fans their love of storytelling and cosmic horror in the concept album that vocalist Blind has been percolating since their formation in 2015. They said that they percolating, yeah, interesting. They said that they have scratched every
Blind.
I'll give you the names now in the minute, Rax. They have scratched every creative itch with this record and hope fans will get the same satisfaction from it. Dark and haunting, Sumner's Circle is recommended for fans of Demi Burger, as we call him, Behemoth and Immortal. Of Black Horizons is the first full song on the album. It opens with a fast and aggressive kick in the jaw and maintains that energy throughout. Lyrically, the song is a warning of impending doom. And the members are Invictus on drums, Yacht on bass, Hex on keyboards, Blind lead vocals, Gog the guitar, Azra guitar. And can any of you guess where they're from?
It's Finland.
Joe?
I'm going to go with Denmark. Why not?
Carlo.
Mauritius.
Knoxville in Tennessee.
Oh, it was my next.
Yeah, that was your next guess. Okay, we'll give it a spin here and see what you think. Yeah, I was surprised myself, man. They definitely have that Norwegian sound. Okay, so that was Sumner Circle, and the track is Of Black Horizons. I thought the riff right through that is class. But, okay, Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, I quite like this. I don't listen to much black metal, but I do like this kind of rockier side, like the Burgers and Satyricon, that kind of stuff. Yeah, really good. And I'd always appreciate those bands who like fully lean into a shtick, like writing their own short novella about it. You know, I said black metal is one of those things that you need to commit to. So, you know, fair play to the lads. But I'll definitely be checking out the rest of the album.
Yeah, you would be interested in checking out the rest of it. I was surprised I liked it so much. Ev? You're on mute, Ev.
Sorry, the sound went. Can you?
Yeah, you were back, yeah.
Yeah, I pointed at it earlier. It was like everything just went on me. But anyway, yeah, I actually really like this. Vocally, don't like it, but that's a stylistic thing for me.
Yeah.
But again, very proficient players, good songwriters. That kind of half-timey section with the double kicks, great. Like that's not. I was only thinking like I could imagine that in like as a Grey Stag section. But they're actually like I'd love this. I would really like to see that live. Again, I think if some kind of that black metal thing will always have something for me that I'm not sure about. But that style of vocal wouldn't be for me. But as a whole,
it wasn't actually too painful.
It wasn't like it all fits together. Like it was very good. I'd like to hear some more from them now. Very very proficient in what they're doing. Like it's not a fucking baby Disney shit they're running. Like, you know,
not a Mickey Mouse band.
Not a fucking Mickey Mouse yoke here at all. Like these boys are blind knows what he's up to.
Danielle?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Black metal is something that I'm kind of it's growing on me. It's nice to hear a black metal song that doesn't sound like it's recorded through a sock as well. So there's that too. But yeah, I wouldn't have expected them to be from Tennessee, but that's really cool.
It is really cool, yeah, fair play.
It is really cool, fair play. So yeah, I'd definitely be checking out more of them as well.
Joseph?
Yeah, it sounded a bit like like Testament during their sort of really heavy period in the 90s, that kind of thing. Or like
good comparison, actually.
Very, even the more recent stuff that what's his face from Dark Angel type drumming,
Gene Holden.
Yeah, Gene Holden-y kind of buzz around it. I think the thing I find really confusing about this is that, like, if it was a Bobby Blitz type guy singing on this, it would just be some sort of thrash or whatever, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
Or like, so it's like black metal. Is it just mean that the singer is going, bleh?
Well, they all wear face paint and stuff.
It's more the
so it's an image as well. Image, style, the whole lot, yeah.
The thing I think was kind of weird, and I always find that with these bands, is like the keyboards, so it's like, I think, if it's like super evil, gothic-y keyboard, cathedral type stuff, it kind of works. And then the rest of the time, it just kind of sounds like some fucking mental band from Italy or whatever,
But, vision.
Yeah, like musically, it sounded very boneheady, metally, crunchy kind of stuff, But I mean that.
So, like, are you struggling to find the black metal in it?
Well, I think it's just like it's the same as like black and roll,
I think so. Yeah,
if
I get
just like singing like Lemmy, then it's like rock music. But if the dude is going, then it's not.
I think it's so diluted down. This black metal thing is the fact that we're starting to like it a lot more than, as Danielle said, than it being fucking produced through a sock.
Yeah, I think this is like black metal, almost thrash. It's what fucking blash,
blash
metal, like
blash.
That's
like
like
blash.
Rack.
You listen to that blash stuff, do you? The blash beach and stuff from the blash metal, is it? Yeah, blash is sick. Yeah, fair play to them if we're inventing blash.
There was some incredibly unsick tom sampling going on though. There was proper like
the faster ones, yeah. Either that or your man has the most fucking incredibly heavy velocity, perfect every time hands. He could
do indeed. And that seems to be the thing with black metal. Like, in the underground stuff, people want it to sound like a Sodom demo. And, as you were saying, Danielle, it's like, I think modern bands doing modern production and stuff, it seems to be a lot cleaner sounding, doesn't it?
Yeah, you don't want to record black metal with a white sock, though.
Steve, do you listen to? Are you a black metal fan or?
Not really, no. Yeah, Blash.
No.
But no, Matt is big into black metal and he's been getting me into it. It's like, so I wouldn't have been a big Behemoth fan and he brought me to them. But no, people who are black metal pure say, oh, they're not really black metal.
Yeah,
They're
I see. Yeah.
metal. Yeah, but Wolves in the Throne Room supported them. That's one of his favorite bands in there. I got into them a bit. So I'm dipping my toes in, you know. I don't know if I'll fully commit.
I'm actually the very same. Yeah, very same.
Yeah, I think the more watered down it is, the more appealing it is to us. Especially with the vocals anyway. Fucking hell. Yeah.
Put a big Coke advert in the middle and I might listen to it.
Okay, so the next band is Words That Burn, and this is Den of Lions. This is off their yet-to-be titled new album. It's produced by Josh Schroeder. King 810, the producer.
Oh, deadly.
Danielle?
I love them, yeah.
Wait, King 810?
King 810, yeah.
810, yeah.
King 810.
He produced this?
Yes, he did, yeah, and it's supposed to be released in 2022. So this song is, as I said, Den of Lions, yeah, it is. Yeah, here we go.
I see you shine right in front of me. This shit just came like an little thing. If honesty's your mantra, I don't believe you see the thing about lies. They go in it outside when your secrets all become weaponized, and everyone by your side will fucking spit out and die. Fresh meat in the damn lines. That motherfucking hungry. So just give it to me, give it to me. This is the hope you're feeling now. It's just a hope you're feeling. All your dreams will be now. It's time to turn this around. Yeah. Turn this around. Yeah. You try to buy our silence with empty pockets. How can you rule us from inside a fucking cover? A fool will be hypnotized by his own flame, catching fire, consuming air. He needs to survive for a moment.
So that is Dublin's Words That Burn, Den of Lions. Shout out to Ronnie, Ger, Shane and Jason. Danielle?
I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really, really cool. Again, it's going back to that whole resurgence of stuff like that's. It sounds like a more advanced something of that you would have heard in Kerrang before. It sounds like more interesting, and yeah, I definitely hear more of that. It's really well produced. So yeah, it's really exciting. Yeah, I was going to say it sounds like something my mother would love, and that's a compliment. I think my mum would really like that. So I'm going to call Mum afterwards and be like, "Mum, you should listen to Words That Burn."
Did you catch them over in Bloodstock?
No, I missed them. I think I was chatting to somebody, to some other band while they were on.
Security guy, probably.
Yeah. Wait, it's not mine. It's not mine.
The thing I took away from that as well was the singer Ronnie's performance.
Wow.
What a fucking performance on that, and really nice contrast between the heaviness and the melody as well. Ev?
Yeah, like it sounds like to me if they let Wes Borland remake The Crow, star in it, and do the soundtrack at the same time.
Very specific.
Yeah, like it has that kind of Blacklight Burns sound. Like it's very, very well produced. I can see it on Sirius X, whatever the fuck the radio station.
You can see it doing very commercially well, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like definitely, like it's very catchy, very well written. The breakdown thing that we just got the end of is really cool. Like I can see Words That Burn being one of those bands that will start to like teeter on the main where's it? Main stage. Well, they could get in the main stage as well, but like, do you know, it has the potential to do that, like Liquid FM, Sirius XF, BYG FM, that kind of thing. Like, I think that's the kind of PR wise, that's the kind of thing that would suit them very well. Like, I think that sound would they'd do very well over in America, I think.
Yeah, they come across really professional, and you know, it's a credit to them. They're always, anything they release, it's always really well produced, and you know, they're a serious band. In fairness, Steve,
like, I can imagine a guy called Insane Cyrus introducing them on a radio station. You know what I mean?
Up next.
Yeah, this is Insane Cyrus, and up next.
The station sounds great.
It's going to start it. But I'm pretty sure the lads are from Dundalk. Aren't they allowed?
Are they? Okay. Sorry,
sure,
my apologies.
Or better than.
No, it's all right. Grace Stag get painted that Dublin brush as well, even though we're mostly from Wicklow and then a bit from Monaghan.
People thought you're from Cork as well.
I know, yeah. We're spreading. We're just too big.
How bad?
Yeah, the lads are super professional. We got them live, me and Matt at Bloodstock, and they played this one live, and
yeah, what does that sound like?
Heavy and just so good. Like, they're so professional, all of them. It's just so heavy, and Ronnie's voice as well holds up live too. He's just like,
cool. That's the main
most professional.
test.
And like, I will say that, like, this isn't something that I would listen to, especially the light vocal style. Like, but hearing it live, it's just, that's where I think it shines for me, you know?
Yeah.
It's
what
interesting.
Was the crowd like,
vocal stuff.
Steve, for them? Was there much interest in them over?
Oh, there was. Yeah, they were on early enough as well. Like, it was a tough slot, 12, but like by the end of it, it started to fill up pretty nicely for them. But
okay,
yeah, great guys.
Thumbs up, Joe.
Yeah, like, again, just goes to show having a good singer. It can just do the entire cell, really, can't it? Like, you know. I thought, though, like, the song itself kind of reminded me of something like from the 90s. Like, there was a bit of a Manson-y buzz about it, and like, I think it sounded like a lot of the songwriting influences were outside of metal, you know. So I really like that. Probably not my cup of tea, like, totally musically. Won't get down from there, you kid. Sorry, I'm shouting at the cat.
You're shouting at me.
Stop that, you young man, rolling cigarettes. But yeah, like, see, the thing is, I think the big problem for a lot of bands doing this is it's mass appeal music, like, you know. It really is, like, for like everything about this screams doing really, really well on, you know, on the internet, or, you know, breaking America. And it's hard to get into that place. You know, if you're playing punk music or death metal, there's an obvious, like, way to get your band to be bigger whenever you're doing something like this. It's really, so some of it is relying on having the right PR man here in the band, or, you know, getting the right break, you know. But, like, man, props to being from Dundalk. That's around the corner for me. And for years they were going on about how the fucking Cores were the only band. So hopefully these guys make it big and then replace the Cores or something.
Hopefully they get to support the Cores now in 10 years.
The Cores, Jesus Christ. Okay. On to the second last one. Okay. I'm going to save the last one, obviously, for our guest. So this is Ruined Family Vacation, and Eat Me When I Die is the name of the song, and it's off an EP called Volume 1. Ed sent me on the details about the band. They're a unique take on the post-rock genre. Ruined Family Vacation formed in late 2020 from the ashes of a previous project called Eden Isle. Taking influence from acts such as Tool, Deftones, Queen, Battles, Porcupine Tree and Muse, the band quickly put together a set that would challenge their musical skills and the existing tropes of the rock genre. From start to finish, the tracks keep the listener guessing where each song will go next. That is so true. I've listened to the EP a few times, with twists and turns that will have you questioning the term genre as well as the band's sanity. So it was released on August the 8th. All tracks are written and recorded and produced by Shane Burke, Anthony Lawyer, Carl Barrett, and Ed Blungen. So they are actually in the market for a singer. So if you're listening to the show,
I'll
get in
do
contact
it.
with Ed. Not at the moment with your voice, Danielle, but
Your alcohol addiction.
Too real, Evan, too real.
Okay, so here we go. This is Ruined Family Vacation. I seriously love that. You know, that could easily be off a sitcom in the 80s, Joe. You know, one of like Frasier, one of those, that solo there in the middle.
Frasier sitting in his jocks playing guitar, like, absolutely.
I was literally thinking that when I was playing this. It reminded me of, don't you know, when you're a kid and you're watching RT on a Sunday, and you're just bored and you flick on something and it's just this, like, Happy Days comes on.
Yeah.
And
Can't
knowing
wait
the
for this
lads
to be
is
unreeling the years.
it's completely deliberate as well. Like, there's definitely
Yeah.
tongue-in-cheek going on there. Joe, what do you think?
Not bad. Like, originally, I didn't know they were looking for a singer, so I was like listening to it being like instrumental rock, right? Okay. And it kind of sounded like, you know, the first riff's like a fucking Slayer riff with piano on it or whatever. But then, like, it actually started sounding a bit more like Blue Oyster Cult or something like that. And but by the time they, like, you know, whenever you were telling me they're looking for a singer, I was listening to the rest of it. I was like, actually, this sounds exactly like Journey. I was like,
Yeah,
they
it does.
totally
Like
need to get
Journey
like
down here,
Solo,
man.
yeah,
need
yeah.
to get like a Journey type singer for this band, like, you know, or fucking Nathan Carter. Ask Nathan Carter if he's free and get him to belt out the tunes, like, you know. But yeah, like, I think that like loads and loads of room for. It's kind of so hard, isn't it? It's something like Faith No More, where something can sound incredibly commercial and tuneful, but like it just, you know, can take a dive in the next second. So just don't get a black metal singer, guys.
I've got Faith No More and Journey Down, Joe. Spot on, man.
There you go.
Enough said. Okay, Danielle.
Yeah, they're definitely right when they said you don't know what's going to happen next. I think it'd be really interesting to see what kind of a singer they pick. So I don't know what kind of vocals I put over that.
Operatic.
But yeah, definitely interested to hear the rest of the EP. But there's great musicianship in there, and
There is.
there's a lot going on there. Like, you know.
I mean, I couldn't decide which track to give you in the end. I just went with this one. It's probably a bit more heavier than the other ones, but again, it's just there's so much going on in every song. It's just like, what the hell? But you can definitely see that they do need a singer for this. But it might have been just pure frustration going, let's just get it out there. Ev?
Yeah.
That actually, to be honest, it was because I was actually talking to Ed in Blackpool over the weekend, and I was telling him that I was listening to it, and like anything that Ed puts his hands on, the only way to describe the sound and the arrangement and everything is just spastic. And I mean that in like the best way possible. There's such like a Mr. Bungle like kind of Tomahawk vibe to some parts of it, and it's like what I love about anything that Ed puts his hands on is that, like, yeah, we're going to put a big fucking Journey kind of solo into it and then have like diddle dun 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 diddle. Like I always get such enjoyment, but with stuff that Ed
Does Ed
puts out,
not
like
do backing vocals for the Magnapina?
he does, yeah. And I don't know if I should be saying this, but at the same time, but like I think the way like they are looking for a vocalist, but I think it's one of those things that between them all they can do vocals. They're not going to be stuck in a situation where they put this out and it's just like, oh yeah, 5 years down the line they're still talking about getting a vocalist. Like I think they're going to move forward with vocals themselves. If they can get a vocalist, unreal, and a testament to them as well, because you could be forever trying to find the perfect vocalist when between them all they can do it. And I think when you're in a band like this writing those kind of songs, it's not only getting someone that's going to fit the sound, but someone that's going to be able to write like that as well. Because again, to be honest, Richie, I completely understand about what song to pick. Like when you sent the email, I was like, oh, what song is he going to pick from this? Because you really do have to listen to it as a full piece, and it's excellent. Like it's such a weird journey. Like there's some parts that I'm like, is this the same band that was on, like I just played 20 seconds ago? Like I'd kind of like, if I'm listening to it while doing something, I'm like, oh fuck's sake, I'm after going on to Spotify or something's after, or Bandcamp's after going on to some weird thing. You're like, oh no, it's 20 seconds into the same song I was listening to. Sorry. Yeah, very, very interested to see what the lads do.
Could possibly be a female vocalist, maybe. That'd be interesting.
It could be a three-headed dog, like, to be honest. The lad, it'll be something anyway, you know. It'll definitely be something.
Yeah. Steve?
Yeah, like I think when you said Fate No More, and I didn't know they're looking for a vocalist, but yeah, you definitely need someone, I think, like Mike Patton. Because these are the ones that I actually, once I heard this, I did go and listen. I got through half of the EP today while I was doing other stuff, and there is some nice different stuff, but you can tell that, you know, they're doing it for, you know, their own reasons. Because that part in like the 80s theme tune music, I just listened to it last night before reading their bio, and I was like, oh, why'd you ruin the song? Like there's amazing riffs in there. I know it's their purpose and what they're trying to do, and I'm really interested to see what kind of vocalists they do get to pull that all together. But the riffs themselves really cool, especially when they keep evolving and there's different guitar layers being added over that kind of do, and it just
good musicianship as well. I like the name Room Family Vacation. They can have fun with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, on to the last track of the night. Sure, it's Grey Stag.
What a piece of shit.
Ridiculous. Just like sweep aside the rest of them there. Over to you, Danielle.
Actually, you don't even have to ask me what I thought of it. Like, no, Steve
We're
actually.
asking you.
Oh, I thought it was fucking incredible. Steve sent it to me, it was about 2 weeks ago, and I went into my housemate there and was like, got the new Grey Stag track, and she was close, and I was like, just like, she's like, is that good? I was like, fucking class. And it's straight in, no kissing, Steve, like I was saying to you, it's unreal. It went down really well.
Danielle's looking for that, alright, chat.
Yeah. Thanks, Evan. I'm a married woman.
Yeah, Pete. I know Pete.
Pete will give up the ghost probably. The one occasion.
Yeah.
Pete loves an old cuddle, like.
Come out of the wardrobe, Pete.
One of these days, he's actually in that bag up there.
Do you know what I just realised? For people that
recovering.
don't know that story, we actually are just being like, Pete, just admit you're gay. Like, it's like all this time, no one's got what we're actually talking about.
Okay, I got my first edit of the night. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Anyway, did you see it live, Danielle? That is the question.
I did, yeah. I seen it at
And what's
Budstock,
it
and
like live?
it was class live. It was unreal.
It's got that vibe off
It's
it.
pure
hasn't
heavy, but it's got that pure like like it's just got that whole thing to get the
Rolling
crowd,
rhythm, like.
yeah, to get the crowd going. And yeah, it's the whole set was just like a punch in the face. It was class.
it? Lovely. Joseph?
Yeah, very, very, very punchy. Extremely. Was it produced in Ireland, man, or where did you make it? Because
Aidan Cunningham.
like the Sonics.
Yeah, so we recorded our usual place, Mick in Track Mix, and then Aidan Cunningham mixed and mastered, because whoever he's worked with before just sounded massive. So
Brilliant.
and he's really
you
brought it
know,
up.
again, like we've talked about track mix before, and this is so class that bands don't have to go to England, you know, anymore to do, you know, this kind of production. And I think it's a testimony, and fair play to you guys too. Really, really, really stomping bass and guitar sounds and stuff. Like personally for me, I think the vocals can be a wee bit too Americanized sometimes, but I think that's part of, it's kind of like, you know, every genre that you talk about. Like if it's black metal, it's hard to get, you know, your local dialect or what your voice sounds like to come through, and that, and I think it can kind of be the same in some, like I wouldn't really describe that as like stoner or fucking sludgy, but sometimes whenever you think of that Louisiana drawl, like you can hear that in the music or in the vocals, you know.
Interesting. Yeah, again, yeah. I know vocals are, you know, everyone has their own preferences, but yeah, Matt did start like, so he's a big Down Pantera fan, so maybe hearing a bit of that in it.
But it sounds killer.
Yeah, I think like when I heard it as well, it was like one of the first things that I pictured was like you getting in the studio, and like, you know, everyone opens out their like guitar, you know, opens up their cases, and then Matt has this tiny little case. Well, not like, well, to be fair to him, it's like, we'll say it's that big, and he opens it out. It's like an extra pair of testicles that he just like. See, yeah, but he puts his testicles in it and goes like, "Oh yeah, I'll just do another take there," and slaps him on. He's like, like he's the power behind his vocals have always like properly kept me in. Another thing that I love about Grey Stag, and it just doesn't stop, is it's just fucking groovy. Like you can really hear that southern vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like that like a fucking, you need that bottle of whiskey with it. You know what I mean? Like it sounds absolutely savage job, knows how to lock in. Aidan Cunningham on the old wiki faders, like as usual, nailing it. Like, you know, yeah, fantastic, man. That proud as fuck as ye, like, you know, of ye. I'm as proud of ye as ye are of ye.
Yeah, and I mean, we might as well talk about it now. Steve, what was the gig like over in Bloodstock?
Oh god, yeah, gig was amazing. I heard Danielle mentioned it too. We just came in the gig as well, straight in, no kissing. Our first song, they introduced us. We just hit a drone out. Matt said we're a Grey Stag, and then we played our song Skyburner, and then bang into the next 4 songs, no talking in between, just drone, quick tune, and then Matt just introduced this last song, said thanks, and it was just, you know, I wish it could last longer. It went by so quickly, but the crowd were just like so receptive. Like we had our Irish crowd up the front with Danielle and the rest of them.
Mm.
But like just playing like the riffs that we have and seeing everyone just kind of do that unison. You know, ours isn't one where you do circle pits or mosh pits, but just seeing that unison going forward and backward like that. It's just,
proper chicken head shit. Like,
yeah,
absolutely,
Like-
mate.
knee or headbutting their fucking knees. That's what we like.
And had you much dilemma over what tracks to play?
Not really. Like we always want to fit the actual song, the boats in there, but that's 12 minutes, so it takes up like it's half a 30-minute set. So
Yeah.
we have our set down really like every time we went into the practice space, you know, I'm sure you guys know as well, like put on a timer, see how much it is. And for the longest time it was coming in at like 29 minutes, 15 seconds. It's like, lads, we don't have much time to fuck things up, like, because we have a 30-minute set. And we did see one other band on the New Blood stage where like they were just fading out and they just got cut off, and because they went over a bit and they just started playing like the backing music. But luckily went off without a hitch. We just kept practicing and practicing.
Yeah, it's a testament to you, man. You're hard working. And I can say this about a lot of bands, but they're not here, so whatever. But I've noticed is that like you're very, even like, you know, a big thing for me is your attitude is fucking good. Like it really, really, you're very, you're part of a scene, you're helping a scene.
Yeah.
And you're representing a scene. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which for me is a huge deal, like, you know.
Oh, exactly. Because I know you guys were talking about it in one Metal Self forum before, and I've been like, we were watching all the New Blood videos that they had from the previous years, and it's like, why is this lad wearing a Metallica t-shirt? Like, why is he not wearing his local band t-shirt?
Yeah.
Like, so we only wore shit like that. I was wearing a worn out t-shirt all Friday.
I saw that, man. And you made your fucking muscles look way bigger as well, I noticed.
That's actually the one you convinced me to buy, because you only had a small left, and that was like, oh, I fit in the medium. So, oh, you'll fit into it. You look great.
Yeah, he literally, like, he bought the t-shirt and he burst out of it, so he cut the sides down here.
Yeah.
But when he takes it off, he's not as hefty looking. Like, it's weird.
No, just not. It really just squeezes me in. It's got that corset thing.
That's the corset vibe, yeah.
I cut that one too thin, so like the nipples just constantly popping out.
Love it, mate. Love it. That's what we were hoping
Danielle,
for.
you made a great point as well, because I had the benefit of listening to your interview with the lads on site in Bloodstock, and you said they always use great Irish artists to promote their merch.
Like, Steve, didn't you? Oh, sorry, Danielle. Sorry. I thought, sorry.
Come on.
Oh, no, I was just going to say.
Research, man.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, like, with new track, you used Kieran Coughlin for that. And it's just great that you, like, some people just stick to the same artists, but you seem to use different ones for everything. And you've got so much merch as well. It's just such a great platform for even Irish artists to get recognised as well, which is fantastic. Yeah.
I love using them. Like we're already talking to, like when we had the Kieran one done, actually, it was like before Christmas last year, because we were hoping to get into the studio before that, but I was moving house around Christmas time. We just didn't, and then shit didn't open up till after May. So we were sitting on that for ages, just waiting for it to get out. So very happy that people appreciate it, and the pre-orders they're amazing. I don't have one here. They're all in. I left them in the car because I didn't feel like carrying anything in. Fuck. But it was Sarah from Heck Press who did it, and the colours just are amazing.
She's
so
incredible,
perfect.
yeah.
And you did something unique as well, insofar as that. Did you avoid VAT and import tax by just collecting them over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we have to cut that because that's
we're not. No, we're not. I deliberately put it in there now.
Did you see how much he had to fucking pay? Like, Jesus Christ. Nearly more than the profit.
And
like,
I said that to a few bands, just fucking, if you're playing Bloodstock, go over there and get your t-shirts and collect them and bring back.
Yeah.
You weren't stopped, in other words.
Or wear them all.
Do a Joey on it.
Yeah.
Good place in Leeds that does that. In Temple of Boom, the rehearsal rooms there, they have a big printing facility, and they'll deliver merch to anywhere you want, really, like within reason in the north.
That's actually very good to know.
Well, that's class. Yeah, we had the option to get delivered on site, but we said, like, Sarah's house, she's like middle of Wales, like maybe an extra 40 minutes on the way over. So we said, fuck it, we'll cut through. You know,
for the quality, 40 minutes, nothing.
Exactly, yeah. So Matt was driving, so it's grand.
Yeah. Fuck him, like. That's what he gets for having a license. Big idiot.
And of course, he played then a few weeks before that as a warm-up for the Cork Cypress Avenue gig, I know that was strange insofar as you're playing it to basically like 3 or 4 people, but it was a nice warm up in one way for Bloodstock.
Thankful that like Colin asked us to do that, because we picked up so many little things that we weren't picking up in the practice room to fix for the proper stage. Like something small on my side for that was like my noise gate, because the amps on stage are all mic'd up, I don't have it as loud, so my guitar wasn't droning out as much as I like, and I was like, fuck, I can't let that happen when I get onto Bloodstock. Just little things like that you pick up. And
I don't think you could have had something more perfect for you in that case, to play on such a good stage with great sound. The team there are great as well.
Oh, amazing.
Darren and everyone, like, absolutely unreal.
Oh yeah,
but,
so professional.
I'd say that really, really helped you. Like,
oh, definitely, yeah. No, the lads are all perfect, but it was so weird because my usual thing is, you know, you put the foot up on the monitor, have a look out at the crowd. Sometimes you do the arms up. Like Bloodstock crowd love that. They love it beckoning. But when you do that at the monitor thing, you're like, it's just like a long sound check, but you have to perform like it's an actual gig.
Yeah,
it's a weird feeling, but yeah, we're really happy with it. And all the bands that played that weekend, like I picked up the Partholon vinyl and T-shirt after seeing them lads.
Did you weren't there for them though?
No, we didn't see them. We were just watching all the streams.
Imagine just to get the full thing, you set up a merch thing and you sell one to yourself. Like, just, I'm doing this. I don't care. It's part of the setup thing. Like, we're doing it. Like, yeah.
This is the most I've ever made.
Yeah. I would love if someone at one of the streams was like, we'll be down by the merch at the end if you want to talk to us. Like,
So how hard then, Evan and Joe, was it like to see the success of Bloodstock and just to know your bands are just chomping at the bit to play live?
My living room's quite comfy. I don't know. Like, I do love playing festivals and stuff. And like, one of the things about Metal Fest, especially camping, like if you go to a lot of other festivals, you end up getting woken up at like 5 a.m. by rave music and stuff. So it is nice kind of having that sort of atmos and stuff like that. But like, Gambom are super busy doing our own stuff. And like, as you probably know, we have a beef with Bloodstock. So we're probably happy enough really not being there, you know.
I didn't know
that. First gig back for us is Damnation Fest in November, so
yeah,
looking forward
to it. Are Pig Destroyer playing that?
All the American bands pulled out, so it's like
fuck Pig Destroyer.
But they got like Carcass and some other cool bands.
Carcass sick.
You know, the lineup for that is amazing. I know Conan are playing. We've seen them at Bloodstock and they were amazing.
They were class.
Their riffs are like fucking 20 minutes of just.
Yeah, and again, Conan, I wouldn't probably listen to them at home, but they're a live band where you can feel those low vibrations.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
They're savage. I went crowd surfing for them.
Did you?
Mon Colleen now. That's my girl.
Pints of vodka.
When crowd surfing and someone dropped me and I landed my head in somebody else's
kicked their fucking head in. Who is it?
That poor person's head. Because I was like,
it made you smarter.
Standing there.
I can see colour again. And then someone else hit you and you're like, oh, fuck.
Danielle, when did you get to Bloodstock? What day did you arrive in?
I arrived on the Wednesday.
2021.
So, yeah, Wednesday to the Monday.
Okay.
So,
what was the initial vibes going in? Were you just anxious or were you just like overwhelmed? Like, did you cry? Did you just kiss the ground and delight, or what happened? Kind of walk us through it.
My hands were hanging off of me from walking in with all my drink. So it was more of a sense of relief of thank Christ my hand.
God, I even usually get the bus. Like,
what was your carry out? Actually, tell us what the carry out for the weekend was.
So drinks I got like 1 litre bottle of vodka, 70cl of vodka, and a load of White Claw drinks, cans. But because you can't.
What did you have for the next day?
I was drinking.
That was for the bus. But like, what did you have when you got there? Like?
What's White Claw anyway? What's that?
It's hard seltzer. It's basically a white woman drink.
It's hard seltzer.
So low calories, like.
Okay.
It tastes nice, and it's easy. It's
like
easy to start with.
It's Marilyn
It's easy
Manson
wake
trying
up
to
in the
start a
morning
fight
and
in
go,
you. Don't,
But
don't hurt me,
there was
weird
no
man.
Evan, leave
There
her
was,
speak. I'm trying to figure out what she's drinking.
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ. There's a bus that usually drops you right outside the entrance, and I always get that shuttle bus. But we got a taxi this time, and it drops in the car park, which is probably about another 2 kilometers of walk.
It is, yeah.
And I tried to get one of those cheap trolley things to throw all my stuff up on, my drinking that, and trolley all of my drinking food in that way. Couldn't find one, so I ended up buying like a linen basket in Tesco. So I was walking through the car park with a big linen basket, trying to trudge it along.
Like a
Sometimes
soccer
it would be
mom.
up my shoulder. Yeah, or like I was going through and people were like looking at me, and I was like, sorry, I have to do my whites. Like, move.
Burning serious calories for the weekend, though.
Yeah, sure. And sure, drinking the hard seltzer, it was so low calories, it was fine. Like, I had my calorie deficit the whole way. But a lot of people were kind of a bit anxious. Some people were a bit overwhelmed, all right. Some of our camping crew were a bit kind of like nearly getting a bit angsty being in the crowds. I didn't give a shit. I was just like, woo!
Yeah.
Because I'm fully vaccinated. All my crew were fully vaccinated. We didn't have to do a test going in, but we did a test before it anyway, just to say we didn't have COVID. And yeah.
Oh, so there was points set up that you could, but that was totally voluntary. It was up to the person themselves to go in and do it, is it?
So the whole thing was you either had to be fully vaccinated, have a lateral flow test or PCR test done, or have had COVID in the last few weeks to be left in.
Okay.
So we were fully vaccinated, but I got the tests posted over to us in Ireland, and we did them the night before just because I wanted to be sure I didn't have it going in.
Yeah.
But they also had a station if you wanted to do before you went in. It was pretty lax once you got there, though. It was just show them it, and they weren't really looking at it too much. And they're just like, yeah, go on in. I don't know. I've seen in the forums, all right, a few people have gotten COVID, but I just got a PCR test done there yesterday, and I'm okay.
Okay, yeah. Steve, were you that anxious as well, or was it more exciting for you, or anxiousness that?
It was definitely a bit about, like, when you're in like the Sophie tent and it started to fill up a lot. Like, we actually moved to the back just because, like, it was just different, It's just, you're not used to it, and you're used to, like, having to social distance.
Yeah, of course.
And all that.
I mean, fuck it. It's a natural reaction now at this stage, which is a pity. Like, but
you have to recalibrate your mind again, like, which is completely understandable.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of weird just even landing in the UK and, like, masks aren't mandatory. I thought that was a bit weird, like going into shops and not everybody had one on.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Like over there, it's like I was over in Liverpool seeing the missus the other week, and she was like in a shop the day before, and people were giving her shit for wearing a mask. Like, so it's like beyond like not mandatory. It's now people are being like, "What are you wearing a mask for? You fucking idiot!" And you're like, "What?"
To waste your breath on giving out about something so fucking
minute
that doesn't make a difference to your own life. If someone wants to wear a mask,
it'd be like going to Japan and seeing people wearing masks, being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
but at this stage, it's nearly like giving out to someone about the fucking color of their hair. Like, it's literally not going to make shit of a fucking difference to your life if someone does wear a mask. Do you know what I mean?
I know, it's but like we're just fucking conditioned into it now at this stage, which is a bit scary.
Yeah, we are conditioned to wearing it, but I'm saying over in the UK, if someone is wearing a mask, if someone's almost looking at them weird or anything, it's like, this is going to be that whole dynamic now in Ireland in a few fucking months' time as well. I will wear a mask for whatever the fuck you need me to wear a mask for. At the end of the day, wearing a mask is not the biggest fucking deal in the entire world. It's really not. It's like, if we can start actually moving forward, I'll wear a fucking mask on my nipples at the same time. I don't give a shit.
I've already seen that picture, Evan.
Yeah, damn right, I look good too.
I brought up a lot of things I didn't think about before.
The
Yeah.
number one downloaded photo on Pornhub, for fuck's sake. Like,
Stop. We all have our own CVs, guys, you know.
The one thing though, the masks definitely make festival toilets a lot more bearable.
Yeah.
They're good for some things.
They were pretty bad this year.
Were
They
they?
had very little of them
Pretty
apparently
bad.
as well, did they?
Yeah. Oh, the worst thing was because we were in the artist campsite and we thought it'd be nice and quiet and everything, but we were actually right beside the other side of the fence was the big slurry container where they put
Store
all the
slurry.
shit that they've taken from everywhere else. So it's like every hour or two, it would come by and it would just fucking stink. So you'd have to, if you're there, just crawl into your tent, zip it up, mask on. It's like, Jesus Christ.
And what time was that, Steve?
It was constant.
All the time.
It was all the time. Like in the middle of the night as well, like 4 o'clock, and there'd just be like the sound of a tractor pumping slurry into this big container.
Oh, Jesus.
It's hard enough to sleep in a tent, but I barely slept a fucking wink.
You should have drank more, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you had COVID, you wouldn't smell anything.
Yeah, true.
And all your gear then was stored in the car van, was it, Steve?
In the lockup, I'd say, was it?
Where was your gear stored?
Just left it in the car.
Okay.
A bit apprehensive, but I said it was constantly surveilled. And then Matt told me, but I don't know if it was making me calm down, that no car has ever been broken into at Bloodstock. And I was like, I don't know how you get that information, but I'll just leave it. Yeah, it's fine. But
yeah, it's just other things that people wouldn't know about, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we were, I suppose, about the gear, like we were able to drive back, before our set, and the New Blood crew there, like, it's amazing. Like the first time we had, roadie like people where they just picked everything up and did it, and I never want to lift my own gear again.
Yeah.
Need a Batman.
Yeah.
It's so different with drums because if someone puts something like slightly different to me, I'm goosed, But if someone wants to bring it on stage and I'll set it up, that's no problem.
I just did. We had all the cymbal stands set up, and I said you just bring your double kick and you sit down, and we will bring everything else over.
Oh, that's fucking perfect.
Jesus. Yeah. Bands of the weekend, lads. Standout bands.
Danielle, do you want to go?
Yeah,
that weren't Irish, because for me it was Irish bands.
Honestly, in general, yeah.
In general, yeah.
Honestly,
we're unified.
Genuinely, Grey Stag, Elder Druid stood out to me, obviously. Baylor were excellent. I really enjoyed them. All of the Irish bands were. Other bands, there was like Devin Townsend was really, really good. I didn't stay for all of his set. I'm not the biggest Devin Townsend fan, but Jesus, you can't take anything away from him. He's an unbelievable headliner. He's a great choice. What else did I see? Green Lung were class. They were
I saw a lot of videos of them. Yeah.
They are unbelievable. I'd highly recommend to check them out. Was Bloodshot Dawn. Oh, I've seen Conjurer actually, who were playing in Fred's recently, and they're on main stage at Bloodstock now. But they were really good, but their sound, the vocals were completely off the sound, which was a bit disappointing for them. But yeah, no, I didn't see one band where I was like, oh God, they're crap. Like, every band just gave it their everything.
Did you see Judas Priest?
Yeah, I caught a bit of Judas. I caught most Judas Priest, actually. Yeah, Rob Halford was really, he's got this big bushy beard now.
Yeah, I saw that. He looks fucking unreal.
Yeah, and they always give a great performance. Like, they were fantastic. I didn't see
Creator. Did you see them?
I didn't see them, but everyone who did see them was raving about them, said they were fantastic. Who
was the other headliner? Judas Priest?
Creator.
Oh, were they? Oh, Jesus, I didn't know they were the headliner. Yeah. Wow, okay, cool.
Yeah, see, everything had to be changed because of COVID. And they announced next year's headliners and stuff as well.
I saw that, yeah.
What about, did you check out Therapy, or Orange Goblin or anyone like that?
I did see Orange Goblin, actually. Orange Goblin were great, but they changed their set time, so I only got to see like just over half their set. I wanted to see all of them, which was a bit sickening. Therapy I missed, but a lot of people I know like left because they were being really lame halfway through their set, and were like, let's take a minute pause and think about COVID.
Oh,
and why
some
were you
fucking
saying
fat
They
one.
didn't. They didn't.
something like
Nah, fuck
something,
that.
Oh no.
They
We
did
had
something along. They did something along those lines anyway. Like, let's pause and take a
No.
minute and think about it. And everybody was like, "No."
No, fuck. That's probably one of the. If that's what happened, if you're playing a festival that everyone's escaping COVID and you want to take a minute out of your 30 seconds, or even take that any time out of your set to do a fucking minute silence for a thing that's destroyed so many people's lives.
We've all
fucking
we've already
stupid.
been waiting for music for
Yeah.
so long for because of this.
I love
I don't-
therapy, but that's fucking stupid.
That one, the
like,
creator.
Just,
Oh, and
was
the
that
crawling
stupid?
had pyro.
it's fucking stupid. Like,
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I want-
yeah. I want to give a
That's-
shout
if
out
that-
also to Steve Dempsey of Down the Barrel Photography, man. He took some great pictures.
unreal stuff. Yeah.
It was, yeah, I'm a creator and of yourselves as well, Steve.
Yeah.
And Kerry as well, of Exposing, is it Shadows, is it? She be Andy's
It's unreal.
girlfriend, wife, I'm not sure.
She's fantastic. She's actually the crawling as well had pyro, and everybody was
Dylan,
talking about the
saw
crawling.
so fucking good with the pyro, man.
Everyone was talking. Everyone was talking about the crawling.
I think
But yeah,
every Irish band that kind of got to play it, there was this like everyone had some kind of post after it, but you really, really kind of like, it's one thing for like every other band, but like obviously the Irish bands are going to hit a little different.
Yeah.
That every single one of them, when they put up something, like whether it's like that, it was always like none of them played to nobody. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the thing. A lot of these festivals.
Evan's gone on mute.
Yeah, sound has gone for me.
Oh, it's on. Oh no, you didn't do that on purpose, Richie, did you?
I might have. I think Joe's in control of the volume, actually.
No, is it back
But
now?
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
Because
But
everyone
we've
else
got
is
all
frozen.
those, so you're fine.
Yeah, I've no like you're all
But,
frozen now.
Oh no, we're all good. We're all good. We're all good.
Well,
What
yeah,
else?
some standout ones.
But yeah, I was in Greenlung as well. I didn't know they had a keyboardist, and I know you're talking about that earlier. I really hate those bands where you can hear the keyboards, like power metal bands. But when you just have it like in the background pushing those big riffs like Greenlung do.
Yep.
Amazing.
Was he on a rotating thing like that band that me and Jack? What the fuck was that band again?
Oh.
I'll find that video. It's the
Oh,
funniest
it wasn't.
video.
It wasn't Epica. No,
Well,
it
yeah,
wasn't
that's who it was. Yeah,
Yes, Epica.
we
Yeah.
talked about it in the podcast, and then I had to go and find that video again. And
Them are, I
tagged
know
it.
Fantastic.
Sonata Arctica, where the guy has the guitar.
Oh, that's them, yeah.
I think that's so lame that it comes back around to being cool again. Like, you know.
But I think most of the bands Danielle said great. Like we hung around on the Friday before because we were playing the Saturday, just a New Blood stage, just to see what the setup was going here and there. You know, just get a feel for it. Conan, another one of my top bands, absolutely amazing. Dog Tired too.
Let's talk about the Scottish bands for a minute, man. King Witch, Dog Tired. And you discovered another band, Steve, as well. You told me earlier. What were they called?
Yeah.
Nassau, is it?
Nassau, yeah, they were camping
Nassau.
opposite us, and we were backstage when they were doing their set. We just caught the end of it, but very, very big sound and very cool.
Sounds familiar.
We missed King Witch and the Crawling on the Thursday because we only arrived that night.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking to King Witch people, super sound lads and ladies. And the Dog Tired lads who just sound out. Their drummer Keith, when we were setting up, like we could see, so we brought a yellow T-shirt as one of our ones to sell in Bloodstock. We thought no one else is going to have a yellow T-shirt with a black print on it, so we're just going to bring that. And he said the exact same thing. So yeah, fucking don't have one of those. I'll get one of those. It's nice to see, like, before you even play, a few people with your T-shirts supporting you.
Yeah,
There's definitely a connection with Scotland and Ireland. Like, it didn't.
100%.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Wasn't the guitarist in Dog Tired? Wasn't he playing with Razor Sharp Death Blizzard for? Yeah.
That's Keith.
Big old beard on him, was it?
Or no, was it Luke?
Luke, yeah, sorry,
Luke.
Keith's the drummer, yeah.
Yeah, Luke was playing with Razor Sharp, yeah.
Yeah. We played with them when he was playing with him, all right.
But even
I think I came across Green Lung because I'm nearly sure they're fucking doing a tour with Dog Third and yeah, they're another band, man. I'm gonna get on the show because they're top dudes.
They're fast. Yeah, I was thinking I missed Dog Tired, but I was actually chatting to Baylor at the time. So that's why I missed Dog Tired.
Pure professional, Daniel. Fair play to you, man. The sacrifices you did over this weekend. They will be honoured tomorrow on my promo. You will understand when you see it.
Fair play to you, Danielle. Jesus Christ. You could have just gotten shit.
Oh, yeah, you have. I did that as well, but I did that in the evening. Yeah.
A woman
you
of
haven't
many
heard
talents.
it yet, Evan.
I don't need to. Fair play to you.
And Joe, you've been busy as well, man. You've been releasing a new single, which I love, actually.
Oh, cheers very much.
Yeah, it's fucking vicious, so it is.
Yeah, EP is sick.
Yeah.
Album leftovers. It's like delicious pizza that you find the next day. So yeah, we had a couple of tunes that were left over from the last album session, so we kind of rejigged the lyrics and sort of just did it, like with a couple of Japanese bonus tracks on it. But like, yeah, people seem to like it, and it's nice to have sort of something to give the band a bit of a bump on Spotify and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
and
definitely, man. Yeah.
So like, it definitely helps sort of getting the band out there and stuff. So yeah, apart from that, not an awful lot, man. Like, we're writing demos and stuff like that for next album and helping some local bands out recording their demos and stuff like that, trying to
really
help out the kids. Yep.
Yeah, give a shout out who you were helping with, like.
Small Talk. They're like an all-girl punk band from Newry, and
nice one.
I'm producing their demo, and my mate has got like a Danzig type band called Devilsome. So I'm playing guitar and producing on that. So I'm gonna have some tunes out at Halloween. So
nice.
get them all. Or
man, you know what I mean?
Put a demo in, and you can destroy it.
Throw a track our way. You know, no problem at all, dude.
We will. Yeah, apart from that, what's going on with Worn Out, Ev? I see you have a gig in November coming up.
We do indeed. The only way to describe what's going on with Worn Out is we have so much shit.
So little toilet roll.
Yeah, we're like there. That's pretty much it. It'll all we have. we have a fuck ton of stuff, but it'll all come out when it's the right time.
Good and ready.
When it's good and ready, it's frustrating as fuck and sometimes pulling your hair out, but the future is coming. Do you know what I mean? That's like, but yeah, we have the thing announced that we have is the 11th of November in Belfast. So
yeah, and coming up for that, like what I'd ideally like to do is like maybe do 3 legs of that tour, maybe. So if there's a Belfast, there's somewhere in the middle, and then Cork. It'd be great, but I don't know.
Yeah, just need the lyrics to open up here a bit, I suppose. So
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what any like. I
know. I'm
not going to leak anything. I don't. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. No, I won't.
We're playing
the very next day. I'll say it now. Fuck it. We're playing in the Isle of Man, and the day after we're playing in Jamaica.
Wow, amazing.
Joe, you organised Jamaican one. Danielle, Isle of Man?
Organised. It's already done.
No hassle.
Yeah, no hassle.
Steve, you're on boat duty. You're on the boats.
Yeah.
Oarsman.
Well, I'm just waiting for the invite.
And we can only
to support.
listen to the boat, listen to up and back. Like, yeah. No, we have a shit ton of stuff. Stuff is happening. It's just very irritating when you're doing everything behind the scenes because there's no point in us. Like, it's like we'll go dead silent until we need to because we don't want to just...
Like, if you're a fan of a band, would you rather see them posting a picture of like their drummer once a week?
That's it.
Or like just not hearing anything for 8 months? Like, I think you're better at least fucking letting them know that you're about, you know?
Yeah, but look,
I know Holy Grail, they're like a power metal band from LA or whatever. Like, they've been broken up for donkeys, but there's no mention of that on any of their Facebook pages or anything, like, you know? And it's like,
like bands like Baylor, Dog Turd, Grey Stag all use Bloodstock to release singles, you know. Get the momentum going into that festival. Words That Burn as well. So it works. You know, as a fan, you're waiting for that new song on the set. I can't imagine not playing it if you release it.
And like Richie, you being like a Metal Church fan, you know, whenever your man Mike Howe came back, like that was probably, you know, the most, you know, like exciting thing about it was that they were making new music and, you know, doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, look, I tell you straight up, I fucking absolutely love Thunder Over London. I was just kind of going, holy shit, this is class.
I know someone was like, oh yeah, it was way better than some of the songs in the last album, and we purposely left it off the album because we're like, oh, that's way too shit to go on the record. Like, so
it's far from it, man.
But you know what it's like? It's like if you have like a whole bunch of fast tunes, then you're going to be like, the last thing we need is another fast tune. Like, so it's like you're better off diversifying. Says us.
The psychology of it, Joe. Yeah.
Picking a track list for an album or an EP can start so many arguments.
Yeah, we're just getting into
this.
I think next one's going to be album, but
Tracy.
it's to pick the album and stuff. It's fun for us because you get more room to do more stuff. The cat's knocking the fucking camera now.
I'm fair play to her.
Yeah, but EPs are we were struggling to always get music out for our first two, and the album is nice because we could sit down and do stuff. And now, I suppose at some stage we'll figure out what's going on or not once we get them all demoed. Looking forward to that.
It is going to be an album release, Steve. Yeah? Can you confirm?
Yeah, I'll confirm that. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. The metal cell is where it's at when it comes to Grey Stag, baby. And let's go back to the Adversary. When's that coming out?
27th.
27th. Okay. Which is probably when this episode is coming out as well. So that's a nice.
That means that same day, Baylor have a new tune that day. And I think Turnstile's album is out the same day or the day before. So fucking knee deep in tunes.
Yeah, it's great to hear, man. It's great to hear.
Actually, that Words That Burn one I think is coming out the 24th, if I'm not mistaken.
Another new track, is it?
The one that we played earlier.
Oh no, that's out already, I think.
Jesus, well out.
It's out on YouTube. I think it's been released digitally, you know, across Spotify and stuff.
Okay. Cool.
That's okay. Yeah. That's one way of doing it.
Okay.
This is a first time we've been chatting since you were up in Belfast for the 12th of July celebrations.
Yeah. A big hoo-ha over nothing, Joe.
It was great crack, boozing in Belfast, wasn't it?
Oh, stop. I saw Connor walking out there and someone was in the middle of a point that I didn't want to start screaming at and that I'm absolutely madly in love with him. I actually have his art up on my wall up there.
He shaved Evan's head and gave him exactly the same haircut.
Yeah, there's a picture of like Carruthers has like just the front part of hair there, and then at like I don't know what time it was. Time is irrelevant. Time is a construct. But like I was in his room and I saw obviously like when I see like hair clippers, if I see one, I'm like, okay. I'm like, I have to do this. So there's pictures of us with the exact same hair. And then Richie was coming to collect this in the morning. And Joe, did you come into me? And you were like, Richie be here in like 15 minutes.
And you were like, right until like 1 o'clock. And I was like, it's 1 o'clock now, man.
Yeah. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah. So I just went in, had to wake him up. And he was like, what? I was like, will you shave the rest of my head anyway? And then I had looked like I had fucking absolute patches everywhere because speed. We need things done quick, do you know?
We had a class night of boozing, watching England getting hammered in the World Cup final, and then everyone in the pub started singing the Cornetto songs.
Yeah. Best pint of Guinness I've ever had in my entire life. I've been telling everyone about that pint of Guinness now.
Yeah,
well, those pints of Guinness.
And the massive pallet of just went up all those pallets with the EU flag at the top. That was a joy to witness on the Sunday as well. But it was great meeting up with Wayne and all the crew of the Wrong Type of Media as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was great crack. We met up with the lads, Elder Druid lads, some of the guys from Bellwood. We had the new Mud Boy. We had
Nomadus.
it was
Freddy
great.
from
Like,
Nomadus. It's great. Yeah.
really, really good vibe. Everyone was sound. No one fought me.
Yeah, that was your biggest worry.
Sounds
wasn't
like you
it?
tried.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I always do.
So yeah, please God now. Yeah, in a few months' time, we'll be able to get bands going back and forth between the north and south. And
The 11th of November, at least. Anyway.
yeah, exactly. Okay, I want to thank you all for coming on the show. Support Irish metal by merchandising. Grey Stag have a new single out on Steve. What is it?
27th.
27th, yeah, and it's called The Adversary. It's one of your best tracks yet. Big shout out to Aidan Cunningham as well for doing a fucking super job. Okay, thanks everybody. Hit subscribe and see you again soon.
Don't forget to smash that like button.